What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. I'm back. I'm here. I'm back from vacation, making Sid go crazy, having to carry it all by himself. The talent's back. It's okay. I'm here.
Can you say talent when the last? Well, let me just count. Let me make sure. One, two, three, four episodes. Last four episodes were all me, and we had
Let's not cloud.
139 plus
Let's not cloud any
downloads
of the
in one
issues
day.
here with facts. Let's not bring facts into this.
Not bring
Let's just
statistic
go.
analysis into this.
Let's go back into just building myself up where I need to be at. Yes. Can't ever win. I get nothing.
Unauthorized access. Access granted.
Fuck your
Anyways.
life.
Fuck you.
Unauthorized access.
What's your name?
Access granted.
Fuck you.
Unauthorized access.
No, so you're back from Germany.
Yes.
How was Oktoberfest?
Fun. Good time. I have a hard time with large crowds, and if you also have this same problem, avoid the houses that they have there. Definitely a good experience to just see it, but it was overwhelming for me. Definitely cool to see everybody pretty much hammered in full garb of everything. Oktoberfest, beers going everywhere, muscular women carrying these gigantic steins of beer, 13, 14 at a time. They would probably toss me across the entire thing. I also did not know or was not aware to even think about it. Oktoberfest is like a big ass festival.
Yeah.
I pictured it in my head as just a big drunk tent.
Oh.
Is what I pictured. So I didn't even know it was a festival or anything. I just like, oh, okay, we're out in a field. Everybody's getting hammered.
Oh.
That's what I thought. I never looked into it. I didn't. I wanted to just be surprised when I got there. And it's like a big state fair.
Don't even compare it to state fair, but it is so enormous. And like, of course, the last one I went to was 2011, and it was so fucking huge. It's a big deal over there, of course. Amazing time. And again, I'm like you. I don't like crowds. I don't like people. I don't like being in those type of situations. Oktoberfest is also where I found this all out. Back in 2010, when I'm like, don't touch me. You're too close. Too many people. But once in a lifetime experience, definitely worth it. Definitely like get out of your comfort zone, do it type thing. And yeah, it's a big fucking deal. I mean, granted, it's more big of a deal for tourists.
Yes,
the Germans do love it, but I don't know if you pay attention. I don't know how it was this year actually. But like again, the last one I went to, there was more out of country tourists there than there were countrymen there. So
I could very well see it. So I mean, like I said, the tents or the houses were packed. You walked outside, and it wasn't like balls to the wall, people everywhere, insane. There was still plenty of room to walk around. I wasn't bumping into people.
Lucky you.
Nothing like that. But you didn't have to pay to get into it. You walked in. I mean, obviously, it made sense, and it found out a lot of things when over there. Things just made sense. And other than they don't have cold fucking drinks, that drove me nuts.
Yeah,
I could not stand it.
Yeah.
Everything was on a shelf, Red Bull, Coke, everything on a fucking shelf. Drove me crazy. Granted, it wasn't like scorching hot outside, so everything was at a little bit under room temperature, 20 degrees Celsius, which is roughly 60 degrees ish, whatever. And if it wasn't a cooler, that's pretty much what it was set at.
Yep.
So it wasn't horrible, but that's one thing that I was like, okay, I want something cold, but I dealt with it. Not a huge deal. Their beers are gigantic, bottle wise or draft wise. Did not have a bad beer. I think the best part of it, I hate Guinness, but we stopped in Ireland and had a Guinness there, completely different. To be honest, it tasted, and I'm just going off what I've had here. I hate Guinness here.
Same.
There, it tasted, and I'm not trying to offend any beer drinkers or like that. It tasted almost watered down. Did not have the like punch you in the back of your throat when you drink it like you're drinking motor oil.
Yep.
It was smooth and it was really good.
It's very velvety.
Yes, and I also had shepherd's pie, and that was one thing that I absolutely wanted when I was there, and it was fucking amazing. And it was huge,
Yep.
huge ass platter, but it was so good. Um, great trip. I mean, our main reason going there was girlfriend ran in the Berlin Marathon, which is one of the 6 majors of the world. This is her second time in a row running it. You have to enter a
He
lottery to
did
get it.
nothing.
I did not. I ran around to support her as she was running to the course, so I had to get on trains and go across fucking Berlin, run here, run there. So was able to run the transit system fairly well to get where I needed to go. But yeah, I was just there to support her in that, and she did very well in that. And
Which he
then
placed.
after that, I don't know what she placed at all. She had a goal of running it in around 5 hours, and she did it within 5 hours. I mean,
Nice.
she will
Faster
say
than I
herself,
thought
she's
you were
not a
gonna do it.
huge athlete, like that, but she has her own goals, and this is what she does. This is her third major. She has 3 left. She has
Nice.
Tokyo, London, and Boston are the 3 she has left. So, Boston, you have to qualify for or do a charity event to really get into. The other 2 are lotteries as well. So
I did not know
they're
that.
not easy to get into. Yeah, it's definitely 60,000 people ran in that damn marathon. So you can just see the masses as they're running up and down the streets. It's crazy, and I'm just there supporting. And after that, we drove on the autobahn down to Munich, where no speed limit. So I was just going,
So,
and we rented the
okay.
correct car for it.
To clarify that though, the Autobahn does have speed limits. Not all the time.
Yes, it does.
But it does have speed limits, and there's definitely strips of the Autobahn where they say go as fast as you can, like go as fast as you want. Just understand there's a minimum, and you do have to drive very cautiously. But
Yes.
I only say that because I know so many people. Like that was the one thing I got asked so much when I came back from Germany was, "Oh my god, did you drive on the Autobahn? Was it crazy?" It's like chill. Like I think the fastest I saw people naturally go was like 70, 80 miles per hour. It wasn't insane. Now, did we get in like a Lambo or a Ferrari or even BMWs? And did we go like a Volkswagen? And did we go like 120? 100? Yeah, you bet your fucking sweet ass we did. I found the right connections and everything to figure out because there are strips where this is like that's what it's designed for. So just chill out for everybody who's like, "Oh my god, he sped." Yeah, he probably did.
Oh yeah.
But
No,
it's not all crazy. It's very contained.
now the lowest, I think the lowest we ran into was 80 kilometers, which when you're going 200 kilometers and you drop down to 80 really fucking quick is weird. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like, and then it speeds right back up to where there's no speed limit, and you're like, okay, well, I didn't even slow down. I didn't even get under 100 to even. I'm
You
not
just
going to brake
coast.
hard. Yeah, I just coasted through it. And there's other ones, you're hitting 120, which is the slow down period. But I think 240 is what I got up to kilometers,
Did you
which
ever
is
see a
roughly.
flash?
No, there were no flashes anywhere.
Or-
The um, app that we were running had them all laid out, and there weren't any. They were active. Now, if I get anything in the mail or find out something else, then yeah, I'll let you know. But there's no flashes that I saw.
For anybody that's wondering, flashes, they have cameras set along their entire highway and entire roadways where it's literally just a quick flash and it takes a picture of who's driving, the front, and then it takes a picture of the back because Europe in general has dual license plates, one in the front, one in the back. So a flash, and then you get taken the mail. So you wouldn't get taken the mail because it would be registered to the car, and the renter place would send you a bill.
Yeah,
or just bill it to
we
your
would
account.
get it from the. Yeah, one of the two. So we'll see. As of right now, I don't think we did, but we'll see.
Well,
No, but Munich was cool. Oktoberfest was cool. Definitely a fun time. Amsterdam. I was Amsterdam. I have reassured myself I hate bicyclists, and getting to Amsterdam just reinforced that even more. If
yeah.
you're on a bicycle, you're a complete fucking asshole
Yeah.
because that's their main thing. It's bicycles, cars, people. You're on a bike, you're God. They won't stop. They won't move.
To be fair, though, that's
Nothing.
most of Europe. Like outside the big touristy spots, that's most of Europe. Is like you travel by bike
I
or
get it,
moped
but
or scooter. Like you're not driving your car unless you have to go distance. So
yeah,
at
no,
least my experience, anyways.
I hated it. Saw red light district. It was cool. It's
Did you partake?
yes, and I found out that it's not for me. I just sleep. So I do. Oh, cool. I was out. I just slept. I couldn't do a
I
whole
was
lot of it.
single, so
No, I was. It was just gummies. I think is all we got. Oh, there's suckers that she had found that she fucking loved those, and they were more CBD than anything though.
yeah.
There's a lot of CBD there, a ton
Mhm.
of CBD, and there's um not as much as the other stuff, but there's some. I had one and I just fucking I lay there and I think I just stared at TV and then fell asleep. Just couldn't move.
You should take some
So I
Delta
was
8 then.
relaxed. That's exactly. I've had it before. It just I'll zone out and I'll just fall asleep.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. That's
I do it before I go to bed.
I love like
And
not to plug, but that's why I love the shit I take from Shell Shock. Like fuck,
oh yeah,
rough day, pop a Delta 8, and I go lay down in bed.
yeah,
Like 20 minutes later, like oh,
yep,
this is nice. No more thoughts going through my head. It's quiet. I'm gonna go to sleep now. And then
yeah.
I may have taken 3 at one time because they fused
Oh
together.
shit.
And I was like, I didn't want to break them apart. This was while you were gone too. This was like just recent. And I was like, it's fine, whatever. I'm 2:30, whatever. It's fine. Took them in probably 30 minutes. I felt pretty good, pretty normal. But about 45 minutes, like okay. And I was a little bit on a trip. Just every noise I heard, I went full paranormal, like just fuck. We only have 2 cats. They're running around climbing. My wife went to sleep. I was up until probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Just fucking.
What are these gremlins running around on my wall?
I was like,
It's my cats.
oh my god, something's inside the wall. I go out. I was like, oh, it's just my cat. Yeah, I got worked up for nothing. Right, time to go lay back down. Yeah, this is nice. I'm just gonna go to bed. Scratch at the door, or my cat. My male cat sounds like when he meows, it sounds like he's saying mom or mommy. It's fucking creeps me out still, even when I'm not on fucking gummies. I just remember like, are my kids up? Go check on my kids. Doors are shut. Okay. I still hear what sounds like mom. I traced the whole fucking house that night. We don't have a big house. I'm just tracing everything. Stood outside on the porch. It's like I don't hear it. Come back inside, hearing. I was like, what the fuck? I just lay in bed, literally pulled my blankets over my head. Like, you can't get me. It's fine. It worked when I was 8. It's gonna work when I'm 33. It's fine. And I passed out at 5 o'clock and woke up at 7, feeling fresh.
Oh fuck. No, so we left Amsterdam, then went back to Berlin just to catch our flights back, and that's where shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
So we go from Berlin to Vienna. Our luggage was with us. We got left Vienna, and nothing came with us. Lost our luggage there.
Oh shit.
Got to London late. Missed our connecting flight to Cincinnati. So we were stuck in London with 500 other people trying to rebook flights. They put us up in a hotel.
It wasn't just Chicago. It was a whole fucking
Oh
trip
no.
home.
Yeah, the whole trip home. So we got stuck in London for a day. So what happened there is actually it ended up working out. Like she drugged me out of the hotel. I was like, I'm not fucking moving. She drugged me out. We went and saw Buckingham Palace and actually the changing of the guard and like that. So that one happens like 3 days a week. So we saw that. Saw Big Ben. Just kind of walked around and saw London a little bit, and then saw
London.
the other palace that they have out in Windsor, and had probably one of the nastiest beers I've ever had in my life.
Unauthorized access.
I've never had. I don't know if you've ever had one. A Scumpy beer, which is Scumpy cider,
Yeah,
which translates into
disgusting.
rough, which is they didn't pick the bastardized apples that they wanted, so here's all the bad shit.
Yeah.
And I should have known
It's a lot.
when she did it.
Yeah.
She fucking pumped it. It wasn't. It's a draft, but she pumps it, and I'm looking at it like, oh, okay, it looks like a blonde pale ale type. You can't see through it, but
Psych,
then I
bitch.
smelt it, and it's like, okay, it doesn't smell horrible. I taste it, and holy shit, It made me think of like what prison hooch may taste like, but man, this thing was rough. I couldn't. I finished it, but damn, it was rough.
From what I've been told, I'm pretty sure they were fucking around with me. Prison wine is better than that, from what I've been told over
I
there.
wouldn't
So.
doubt it. That thing was rough as shit. I mean, she even looked at me. She's like, "Oh, it's a scumpy." I'm like, "Cool. I don't know what that means. Just give it to me." And oh, that's why she looked at me. I should have just been like, "Okay, she's probably trying to tell me something."
Oh yeah, especially
But
like
like,
Americans, with the exception of France. I'm sorry, France, your people suck ass or rude as hell. Every time I went. But for the most part, all the other countries, like if you order something, they know you're clearly American. They do a decent job of going, are you sure? And that's kind of your key to go, no, I don't want this. Never mind. What do you recommend? And that was always a rule I lived by anywhere new I went was, look, let's not play this game. What do you recommend? I'm like, oh,
yeah,
like that's how I
I
got
should
turned
have
on to
done that.
Fawn Crooking. But no.
I didn't do that, and I had a beer that pretty much kicked my ass the entire night, and it
It
was
didn't come
cool.
up, did it? Because
No, I
it's a
didn't. It
lot worse
was. I
coming
mean,
up than it is going
I
down.
would. I would bet it was. I mean, it was rough. We just had one there and just kind of walked around. Um, Tried to make it to Abbey's Road, but didn't make it over there. Our timeline didn't really add up, but we saw a lot of it in London. Then finally got on the flight there. Left 2 hours late there. Missed our connecting flight in Chicago. Got to Chicago. Another 500 people missed their fucking flight, so we had to get stuck in a hotel again. Now the airline paid for the hotel in London, and they also paid for the hotel in Chicago, so we'd have to pay for any of that. But we had to go
That's
through the
good.
whole rigmarole of, getting everything rebooked, trying to figure out where our bags were at, getting everything figured out.
The nightmare.
By the time I think it took us 4 hours to get everything figured out, checked in, and to the point where we could finally eat something and then go back to the room and sleep. And then we didn't fly out again until like 1:45 the next day. So I mean, we're in Chicago, and I'm like, there's not a damn thing I want to do in Chicago. After everything I've seen, not a fucking thing in Chicago is going to interest me at all. We're not even really near anything. You're right by the airport. So, and we've been to Chicago quite a few times, anyways. So, finally got on a flight, came back, and luckily got here, and then our bags showed up. I think the next day, actually. So our bags were only like a day or so behind us, but yeah, it sucked getting back, but got to see London, so it wasn't horrible, but the whole missing flights and shit like that's just frustrating. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean it was good. The time change didn't mess with me too much. She's still kind of struggling to try to get back to it, but I guess I was just exhausted from everything, and I just passed out that
No.
night and woke up the next day just fine.
Yeah, so like time changes never affect me. Jet lag never was a thing for me. So like I flew quite often all over the world. I came back to
Yeah,
the States a few times. Never once I like miss a beat. But I'm also one of those like it's weird now. But I'm one of those people who's like sun's up, I'm up, or I'm typically up shortly after it's up. Sun's down, I can go to bed. Uh, like there is no sense of normality here for the most parts. I'm good.
yeah, yeah. And I'm
Time
pretty
does
much the
not
same way
dictate me.
too. And I knew on the flight, like being able to go over a military flight, stuff like that, like
Yeah.
when to stay up. Like I stayed up the entire flight and waited until nighttime when we got there, which was like another 8 hours. So at that point, I think it was almost up for 24 hours, and I was exhausted at that point. So nighttime hit, I slept, woke up the next day, and I was pretty much
Yeah.
fine. So, yeah, I mean, it was a good trip. Mine is coming back, but you're gonna have those problems, and I've never flown and not had a problem. Missed flight, missed connections, something, sometime delays.
I didn't have
Never.
any issues when I was flying overseas. It's the only one coming back stateside. Only stateside.
Yeah,
We'll do
and I guess London Airlines always has problems right there at
well,
London Airport.
that's a whole
They
different breed
say,
of. That's a whole different.
"Oh yeah,
I didn't fly to London. I would take like the Channel and get there by train. I did not fly to London too often. I take
yeah,
Ryanair, but even then, I'd get there on time, and then like if I needed to get back, it was just take the channel. I'm not a big fan of flying though. I've said that numerous times. I'd rather drive. I'd rather take a train. Rather take a boat. Rather do anything than get on a fucking aircraft. And yes, that's an Air Force guy telling you this. I would rather do anything but a fucking aircraft.
Yeah, I mean we did fly from Munich to Amsterdam, and that wasn't too bad. I mean, just a little airplane to puddle jump for like a 51-minute flight. So I mean wasn't too bad. We did a lot of flying, but not too bad. Other than coming back, but it is what it is. Shit happens.
Well, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming for the most part. We'll see. If anything goes awry, it's still Rahgel's fault. It's not mine.
No.
Rahgel's fault.
No.
31 days of Halloween. That's all Sig right now. You know whose project that is? That's not Sig's. That's Rahgel's baby. But like a good person and a good host, I went, oh, he's not here. I'll make some content. So half of October we have set up. We have a big thing coming out this Friday or past Friday, whatever. Friday the 13th. There's a lot of content coming out for the origin and lore behind Friday the 13th. No thanks to Rahgel, it's all me. So go check it out. If you haven't seen it already, it's on everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Pinterest. It's fucking everywhere.
It's fucking Pinterest.
We have a Pinterest, everyone. Go check it out.
No, don't, because it'll be like, oh, check this out. Check this out. I don't care about your DIYs you're doing. I don't want to see them.
No, nobody can tag us. I changed it so people can't fucking do that. We're good. It's just us. They can see, no tagging. But, well, you haven't missed a lot. You've been gone for 2 weeks.
Roughly 2 weeks.
2-3 weeks, something like that. So yeah, we're back, and you have not missed much. I think when you left, Endeavor just merged, or Endeavor just came out, and now UFC, WWE is one thing. So I don't think we've had time to properly talk about that. So let's just do a quick recap. How'd you like Fastlane?
Fuck Fastlane. I can't even think of the matches. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't even look. To be honest, I was on my phone while it was on, and I didn't pull me away from my phone while I was watching it.
I'm with you on there. I was literally, I watched it Sunday. Watched a replay Sunday, and I was decorating a cake for my son's birthday, and I was watching / listening to it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, there was a few moments like Seth versus Shinsuke where I definitely had to watch bits of it.
Yeah, I think I paid more attention to that one than I did anything else.
Cody and Jay versus Judgment Day. That was kind of predictable since Finn is injured to a degree, and so is Priest. So knew that was going to happen. But with that said, have you seen the theory behind why it happened?
Which one? The
tag titles.
The tag titles.
Yeah.
No, I haven't really seen too much on it, or really anything on it.
So the going fan theory, we'll call it that, because that's what it is as we know, undisputed tag titles can jump from SmackDown to Raw, Raw to SmackDown. So this allows Cody to continue his feud with Roman Reigns, but also to allow Jimmy continue his feud, or start a feud more like it with Jay to continue his feud with Jimmy. So the theory behind it is because Cody and Jay won the titles, they can now float between brands, and that allows them to kind of pick up and start all these little micro ones. Now we know Cody's not going to get drafted to SmackDown, but likely it's going to be Drew McIntyre based off of his promos and vignettes he's been cutting about how he's sick of being the goody two shoe and always helping people out. So he's likely to interrupt Cody and challenge Roman Reigns, which will keep Reigns busy until Cody and him can start feuding again. But it makes sense. Um, but I don't know. I mean, we were talking right before we started recording that you're about a second away from ditching WWE altogether. But yeah,
Hey, it was just
I'm with
like
you on that too. I can't complain because I'm with you on that one.
I mean,
Like
everything seems like it's up in the air storyline wise. Like they shit on Chad Gable again. Now Bronson Reed has the title match against Gunther. Um, Granted, I'm assuming that Gable's still going to have a shot of some kind
yeah,
in the future, but it just seems like these guys get all this momentum and then drop them down.
squash.
Like Gable had it going, he still has the story going, but it's like the momentum has stopped. LA Knight still has a shit ton of momentum, but now I don't know what they're doing with him. Like everything now with
Oh,
John Cena, like they're teaming
well,
with John Cena.
they had to scrap that because even during the press conference at Fastlane, John Cena even said, with the strike being over, he has to go back and he can't do both acting and wrestling at the same time. He has to do one or the other. And he's even
Yeah,
said, I had to go back, so I can't continue on. And like that scrapped the whole thing of him being there for 7 weeks or
yeah,
whatever it was, where I think he was supposed to show up at Crown Jewel. I don't know if he still will, but it gave a pop and that much needed endorsement. Not even much needed. That's a lie. That's a stupid word to use because LA Knight is so fucking over right now
yeah.
that literally a wet paper bag that says, support LA Knight would do nothing. Like he's so fucking over and they have missed their opportunity with him. They just missed it. He needs to get the US title. That's really the only way you salvage this. And he can't go up against Roman Reigns, even though that's another angle I saw that they're working on because that's why John Cena and LA Knight took on Bloodline is to get LA Knight ready for Roman Reigns. But then again, here's all this ungodly amount of of uh, charisma and pop, and everyone's behind LA Knight. He's not gonna win the title for Reigns. Why are we having him go up against Reigns? Let him capture a U.S. title. Let him make that popular. Let him make that a big deal. Do the U.S. challenge. They're going to put him up against Reigns, and he's going to be squashed, and that's going to ruin his momentum.
Yeah, and again, speaking of Reigns, who is now coming back Friday, he's only is
Fifth time
no
this
a
year.
month. Is that a month
2
he's been out?
months.
Month
2
and a
months.
half? 2 months? Okay, well, a month short than what we thought of the
Yeah.
3 month hiatus. So he's back. What we think early.
No, it is early because of AEW. AEW has Edge / Adam Copeland,
Oh,
and
true.
they
Yeah, I
fired
did see
CM
that too.
Punk. So I mean, AEW is going through its own little shit show right now. That NXT uh, demolished, like not just beats, they demolished AEW in the ratings because NXT is just, of course, they have Becky Lynch right now, but they're just destroying them, and everybody. Their big thing was, oh, it's okay. We'll have Edge come in or Adam Copeland come in, and he'll take over CM Punk's spot on Collision on Saturday. No one's watching shit on Saturday. You're out on the
No.
town. You're having family life. Like you're busy. That's a terrible time slot for a non pay per view. Like once a month, cool, okay. Once a
Yeah.
month, 7, 8 o'clock at night, perfect, makes sense. You're winding down for the night. But a full fucking fledged TV programming, bad for business. Bad. And then NXT tonight, as we're recording this, has Cody Rhodes, has The Undertaker, John Cena, has Paul Heyman, has a bunch of Becky Lynch, has a bunch of people on NXT tonight.
Yeah, that's right. They're having a bunch of people on tonight. I didn't see
October
Taker's
10th.
going to be on it, but
Yep, he'll be there.
mm.
I saw he was pending, or he may be on there, but then I just saw graphics for him via NXT. So
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're pushing NXT hard, and they've got, like you said, Becky Lynch, and
It's Title
Dom's got
Tuesday
the
at
North title too. So
it's Title Tuesday at AEW tonight too. Again, this is October 10th when we're recording this, and it's Tony Khan's birthday, so they're doing this whole thing, and WWE is literally going, "Fuck you, watch this shit."
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I said before. It's all seems up in the air, and I have no idea which angle it's going. I say I'll be done watching it, but realistically, I just won't pay as much attention to it when it's on. It'll still be on.
It'll be a background noise.
Yeah, and that's what it'll be, and that sucks. But there's nothing I'm really interested in anymore. And it's like I invested so much time in watching the damn Bloodline story, and that is that's
That
so
makes
weird now with Jimmy and Jay, and
well, like I get the angle they're going for Jimmy. I do. I get it.
yeah,
But
I don't know.
the introductory to Jimmy's storyline makes no fucking sense. Where he betrays Roman Reigns, gets Jay kicked out too, or gets Jay to leave of his own accord. Jimmy's also leaving of his own accord. Jimmy comes back. Jay quits. Jay gets drafted to Raw. Jimmy now all of a sudden wants back in the bloodline. And now we have Jimmy acting as though he's the tribal chief, which again, I get the story. I get where it's going. I see it. I understand. But Jimmy's whole thing is all over the place. It's all just scattered as hell.
Mhm.
And there's very loose connections. And like, I know I'm not the only one that thinks that. I know I'm not the only one who has said it. I won't be the last one to say either because it's all over social media of everybody's just like, what the fuck is Jimmy's purpose? Like, you can definitely tell who carried the Usos, and it was not Jimmy. So
Yeah, and we talked about that before too. Who out of the two, who's the stronger over one? And
yeah,
that's obviously Jay. Jimmy Jimmy is doing well, but Jimmy's storyline is fucking Jimmy.
yeah.
And I think Jimmy, if he had the right storyline, it would work for him. He has the charisma and everything else to do it. He can talk on the mic. He can wrestle on his own.
Yep.
He just is not in a good storyline right now. Um, I don't understand the whole bloodline thing.
I don't think anybody
Rikishi never
does.
showed up. Like
Nope.
even that was teased 1,000 times. Nia Jax has nothing to do with it, and she needs something because she's gonna end up being gone soon too. She'll come back and not do anything and be gone,
Well,
just like last time.
I will say this. Other than Nia Jax, I will say the Raw Women's Division after Monday feels coherent. It feels like there is substance there for once. You do have Nia Jax, who has pissed off Rhea and Raquel. Then you have Shayna Baszler, who's also pissed off at Nia Jax, and they're kind of a ongoing feud from years ago. Like Shayna's the one that took Nia out, and you have Rhea Ripley, you have Raquel Rodriguez, and Nia, who are all just massive fucking powerhouses. Mostly Rhea and Raquel. So it actually feels like there's multiple angles here for the title and for the women's division, and for once it actually feels coherent. Because on the flip side, look at SmackDowns. Io Sky. Thankfully she won. Thankfully she retained on Fastlane. And not just because I absolutely just despise Charlotte Flair. But for once, and this is why I think all the rumors I'm seeing stating that Endeavor has put all their eggs in the basket of Triple H, and basically he has full creative control. Vince is not allowed to touch WWE anymore. And after Fastlane, that one match, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because if it had been Vince's say, Charlotte would have won. Again, she doesn't need it. It makes no sense. At this point in her career, she should be building up talent, not destroying them. But again, it's not Charlotte. That's not what Vince wants. So Io winning that made perfect sense. Did I watch the full match? No, but I did see that. I don't want to say botch because I really don't like using that word anymore after all the videos I've seen. That missed spot of Asuka going in for what looks like a code breaker or face breaker with double knees, and
On Charlotte?
yeah, and she just didn't catch her. Like
Yeah.
it was off by like just an inch or two, but it was blatant. And you're like, okay. But Io Sky has like Asuka, Charlotte, cool. Who else? You ain't got anybody else. Can't be Bailey.
Bailey will come into the mix at some point.
Well, WrestleMania. That's the tease. It's they'll dissolve then. But okay. Who else? Bianca hasn't been seen in a while.
Who's the new one that just came from AEW?
Jade Cargill. She's on
Yes.
NXT.
Okay.
They're gonna keep her on NXT for a little bit, which is where she should be. While she was good on AEW, like not to dismiss anything she's done on AEW or downplay anything. Baby Company needed somebody like Jade to build up the division. WWE is already well established. Her coming in, the only thing she's really bringing into WWE is her name, and thankfully they let her keep her name. So cool. But she's even said she has to prove herself again. She's now in the big leagues. This is a whole different industry. This is a whole different game. So, I mean, hopefully she stays in NXT and they don't fuck it over. But I've also seen rumors of, oh, don't worry, she'll be joining Hurt Business or whatever Bobby Lashley's fucking faction's called. Which again, makes no sense either. Why they lose to LWO at Fastlane? You're building up these massive heels, and cool, Carlito came back. Cool. Why did they lose at Fastlane? Why did Carlito win? Like this? The logic behind it is lacking very strongly, and it's making it very difficult to like tune in every Monday or Tuesday and Saturday for me. Like, it just makes it hard.
I don't think it's hard. It's hard to tune in. It's hard to invest into it. Like
I'll
have it on, but like, I can't just like.
I'm not tuned in.
Watch it.
If it's on, like I have shows like Friends and Big Bang and House, shows I've seen a million times over. That's on. I'm not tuned in, but I can also flip of a switch. I can look over, and be like, I know where we're at in the storyline. Cool. Wrestling right now, even AEW, I can have it turned on and I can listen. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever, cool, cool. Oh, well, that's over. Like, there's nothing there. Gunther's had the title for too goddamn long. He needs to lose it. Imperium just cut a vignette on Monday night. Made no sense. You have, like we said earlier, Chad Gable, built up squash. Champa and Gargano, DIY. Cool. Bronson Reed? Grant, I watch her Hulu. And they didn't even show Becky Lynch's match on Hulu. And she had a women's title match. Just to kind of put it in perspective.
NXT women's title.
Yeah. Against Tegan Knox. So, like, it's not computing. Again, the only thing on Monday night that somewhat investable is women's championship to a degree, very loosely, but to a degree. Same with the tag titles to a degree. They're there. I like Cody. I like Jay. I want to see what Jay does. That's really my only investment. And then Seth Rollins. Like, I'm just waiting for him to drop the title, though. It's not really more of a, like, I have to watch this match. It's more of a, really gonna pull it from him and let him take time off? No? Okay.
Well, like,
cool.
In that, too, you just listed almost every big name male wrestler in that. Seth Rollins, Cody, Jay, there's Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and, I mean, if you want to throw in Drew's there, but Drew is not doing anything. Like, Drew's there.
Well, they're rebuilding him. They're restructuring.
Yeah,
him.
no, I get that. And if the rumors are true, he's going to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But then you take those five, and then you have LA Knight, who's doing what God knows what with Cena, or it's squash with Cena. Who Nakamura's a fucking joke. I'm sorry, the guy is potential out the ass, but the whole thing with Ricochet, I don't understand it. He had the match with Rollins. maybe he should have won it against Rollins. Maybe not.
I still think he
I
should have
don't
won.
know.
That was a
I don't know
perfect
what.
angle. That was a perfect
Why,
angle for him
and
to win it and then send Rollins packing for
well,
three
at the same
wins.
time,
Wins Rumble, February, January, 3 months,
January.
4 months. Just let him
But
pack away for
at the
4
same
months.
time, Priest should have cashed in at Fastlane as well. Perfect
Yeah.
time. Last man standing match. They literally beat the shit out of each other
Yep.
to where no one could get up.
But they also teased that. That was the thing where like there was a promotion or a cutscene, whatever, where you see Priest. He's like, "I'm not leaving empty-handed."
Yeah.
And Rhea's like, "No, don't do that. Don't worry about it. Just wait." It's like, no, let him go cash in. I get it. They're building the angle for Priest leaving eventually. They're building the angle for Priest to capture it and Finn and him feud. I don't give a flying fuck what you think the angle is. The whole point of a last man standing match is literally one person cannot get up. The other person is still so decimated that they barely got up. That is a perfect opportunity to cash in. And
yes,
Priest being a big heel as he is, it would have made perfect sense. And they could have possibly cashed on the whole ultimate opportunist angle again and let Priest have it and run with it and actually have a definitive so-called leader in Judgment Day. Instead, we have JD feuding with Priest, but not really feuding. Priest just doesn't like JD. And then now Finn doesn't really like JD because they cost him the match at Fastlane. And Rhea's there doing whatever the fuck Rhea wants. And then Dominic, I mean,
he's bouncing out of the back with his title, enjoying his life.
He's bouncing something, but yeah, like it's so scattered that it's not investable. It's not worth like spending an hour and a half, 2 hours of watching this and be like, okay, cool. I now have an idea of where this is gonna go. Maybe it's just changing of the guard, so to speak. Maybe it's because of Endeavor. The best thing out of Fastlane was the press conference with Jay and Cody being completely shit-faced.
Yes.
Was it a skit? Was it for pop? Was it part of the storyline? Who knows? I don't care. That was the best fucking thing that happened that night. And the fact that Triple H came out even afterwards and said, "How am I supposed to follow those two?" And he's like, "Yeet," or whatever Triple H said when he sat down. It was good. But that was the biggest takeaway, I guess, of Fastlane.
Yeah, I don't know where they go from there. Hopefully it's like you say, it's building up and there's more to come. I hope shit starts to make sense.
I mean, you have Crown Jewel taking place, first week of November?
Yay.
Yeah,
like
November
that,
4th.
Yeah, and that's a fucking joke of pay-per-view too.
Again,
like
we'll see. It sounds like they're building storylines. You're going to have Drew versus Seth. That's already guaranteed. But I've seen matches as far as LA Knight versus Logan Paul. Don't think that's going to happen because I think Logan Paul has a boxing match coming up. I know he has a fight coming up. I just don't know when. I saw an ad for it, but I mean,
Logan Paul does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I saw the ad actually during Monday Night Raw.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's cool.
That makes
sense. Vernon Schaub? No. That's a lawsuit. I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. But I mean, if he does, cool. But I don't know what the hell to do. Like, do you have Crown Jewel at the beginning of the month and then Survivor Series end of the month? So
he will face Dylan Dennis on October 14th in Misfit boxing event.
Oh, so this Saturday.
Yeah.
October 14th. Okay. Which, cool. I guess again, we both have talked about it numerous times. When it comes to a Saudi pay-per-view,
they mean nothing.
No, they don't. It's to please the masses.
But hey, no legends have been announced yet. We're a month out. Yeah, less than a month out.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look at it too. It'll change the week of.
Yeah,
I
mean,
mean,
you're
at
not
least
wrong.
that's how it was. Now, if Triple H does have full reign on everything, maybe it'll make sense. Because I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know. They're gonna have to have some big ass matches for it. They're
Reigns is still not slated for it. He's still
I guarantee
his
that he
next
won't be.
match. His next match is supposed to be Survivor Series. He's supposed to miss 3 pay-per-views: Payback, Fastlane, and Crown Jewel.
Okay. Well, he's also wasn't supposed to come back yet. He's come back Friday, so
Yeah, he was supposed to come
who
back
knows?
after Crown Jewel. So
Yeah, we'll see. If I
yeah,
mean, if he does, cool. I I mean, if they're gonna do it, they have it. They have a month to create a storyline, less than a month to create a
yeah,
storyline.
3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, which has happened. They just make a match and nothing happens in between. So that's the thing too. That like when it comes to Raw and stuff like that, the build up for matches the next week, they just announce it. There's not like a lot of big call outs anymore. They do happen, but there's like few and far between.
Yeah.
Corey Graves or Michael Cole just announce, oh, next week this is the match. Like nothing. It's just like, okay, now next week you gotta wait for this.
Well, yeah, you had
There's just
Ciampa
not
versus
a lot of it to it.
Gunther that was supposed to happen yesterday, October 9th, and it actually took place last week on October 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It feels so disconnected and disingenuous. It just like, I don't know, give it a month. I don't know. I'm hoping this whole Endeavor shit dies down. I'm hoping Vince goes to fucking jail finally over all the shit he's doing. And I just hope it's a clean slate. Like, it just, there's so much going on. And they have all the potential in the world. They have Jade Cargill came in. They fucking signed Will Ospreay, who is by far the biggest talent on the market. He has the most, 5-star matches. But fuck Dave Meltzer and his whole damn scheme. He's super popular in New Japan. He's super popular in the indie circuit. He's super popular in AEW and Impact. Like, he's been everywhere, done everything. He's had stellar fucking matches, and he's legitimate talent. And he's signed to WWE. And then we have shit news that CM Punk's coming back to WWE. Like, if it walks like a duck, looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. CM Punk is a fucking virus, no matter where he goes. And
No, I mean,
I used to love CM Punk. Like, that was like, he was one of my wrestlers. Like, him, John Cena, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, amazing wrestlers. But when he came back to AEW, I was like, bitch.
well, look at how he left. How he left WWE. The whole promo cutouts and things like that, and they were going back and forth. Then he had his stint in MMA,
MMA.
which was a fucking joke, and then landed in AEW. Bitch, moaned, cried, got in fights, arguments.
Demands.
He was
Yeah.
fired here. He was suspended here.
Yeah.
Supposedly released, still there. Then finally got fired.
But he was
It's
also
like,
injured like half his damn time in AEW.
yeah, it's tough to get behind anything they want to do with him because once again explode and say I'm not getting my way, I'm done. You know, mid
Yeah.
storyline, and he could have a fucking title at that point too, because I guarantee
Yeah.
they give him one.
And that's the thing, like it just, his whole thing in AEW, and I watched AEW even more when he came over because, again, I was a big fan of CM Punk. They gave him the title. He got injured. He became a little bitch. He became a bitch even more. Like, he has all these issues. And grant, the Elite are a virus in and of himself. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, like, just, they're cancerous too. They have their own issues. That comes more from Tony Khan saying, no, you can be in charge of the company too, but you're also going to be full-time wrestlers. It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep personal and business separate. Separation of church and state, whatever you want to call it. Like, you have to have this shit separate. They're not.
Oh, no.
It feels like it's definitely like you can watch their matches or watch AEW, like, oh, they're going to win tag title. He's going to win singles title. Oh, they're going to win the new trios title. Everything was set up for AEW to succeed, and it feels like the Elite just kind of fucked it all over. And then you have CM Punk who came in and they feuded with the Elite and his manager and shit. It's just like stupid. And then this whole damn thing with Jack, I forget his last name, Jungle Boy, and the whole promo skit of look, it's real glass. Oh my god, grow up. Like, if it's a shoot, cool, but it wasn't a shoot. CM Punk got his feelings hurt and he took it out. Like, it's just he's infuriating to watch. He's a nuisance. He's not fun anymore. And if he comes back, who's he gonna feud with? Seth Rollins? Why? Why do that? If anything Seth says is true, he doesn't like CM Punk.
Yeah.
Feud with Roman Reigns? Cool, because we know Roman Reigns is gonna win. Not gonna happen. There is literally no one for him to feud with that would make any logical sense.
No, doesn't make sense really for him to come back. Now, will he? There's still a good chance he does.
Survivor Series. It's in Chicago.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So we'll see. And Randy Orton hasn't even come back.
He's coming back though. Did you see that vignette going around?
I've seen a lot of things on since 2 or 3 months ago.
No, so today a vignette came around where it's somebody they walk into an auditorium / theater or whatever, and he pushes a button, screen comes on, and you see them talking about announcer coming over. They're talking about specific people who also seem to be second, third generation wrestlers, and you hear Randy Orton's music in the background. Like, it teases very heavily that this is Randy Orton's match or Randy Orton's coming up, and the screen cuts away because he turns off the video. And some people, I don't see it, but then again, I'm watching on my fucking tiny phone. I haven't watched on a computer. Say after he turns the TV off, the screen projection off, you can see Randy Orton's Viper logo in the background. So cool. I want him to come back. I also want him to just beat the ever loving shit out of Roman Reigns, but I'm barely getting what I want with Charlotte. So I don't think I'll get this.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. 2 big pay-per-views coming up. The only reason I say big is because Crown Jewel is going to be made big because of where it's at.
The WrestleMania
Survivor Series is what it is. Yeah. So we'll see what they do. Maybe they will, maybe they won't make it a big deal, but more than likely to please the masses that are there, they're going to get
by
what
masses,
they want.
you mean the prince?
Yes. So we'll see what happens. I hate this pay-per-view. I never look forward to it because no storyline ever makes it in there and out in one piece, and it never makes sense. I think there may be 1 or 2 that have gone through and still made sense, but I just give this one up as a wash of like, oh, okay, so he won and it means nothing. Like the Andre Battle Royal trophy means nothing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Other than that, though, I mean, wrestling aside, whether WWE or AEW, both of them are having massive issues. Both of them are very hard to watch right now. So that pushed aside. Like we said at the top of this, it is October, at least when this episode's recorded. It is October. All month long, we do have shorts or TikTok videos, whatever, less than a minute long videos posted up on social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube primarily, and random other places like Pinterest. Go check them out. All those videos you will see are they're not related and they're not cut from an episode. So they're individually recorded. It's not Rahgel or I talking about it in an episode. It's a whole entity in of itself. 31 Days of Halloween. Right now hosted by Sig. It's okay, we got 15 days of content, so I'll give him the last 16. I won't, but I'll have backup content. So, but we definitely will have an episode coming up soon this month where we are talking about horror shows, horror TV shows, horror movies, and going into some lore. I'm gonna force you to do a lore episode, whether you like it or not, and some Halloween conspiracies because I found a bunch I didn't know about.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty.
Man, ooh, if you thought flat earthers gave you a headache, man, I found a couple that can give them a run for their money, and
Oh boy.
oh my god, like I literally cackled at one of them because I could not read it all the way through because it was just too fucking funny. I was like, stupid.
Oh, I bet.
Let me just say, science disproves all of it. Like factual science disproves all of it, but they're still out there, so it's amazing. But I think that's everything. Rahgel's back. I would say for good, but that's a lie. He'll leave again.
Going anywhere.
Like everyone, he always leaves. It's fine.
Please,
Not projecting at all. So we'll be back for another episode every Tuesday and Thursday. It is the holiday season, so it's going to get interesting with scheduling. But we're here for it. But yeah. Go check out our last episode if you haven't already. We had an amazing guest on. Go check it out. Really helpful, especially if you're a veteran. Episode 74. That's all I got for you. Oh, and our 100th episode. Thanks to me. 2 episodes ago. Me. Not you. The talent was gone.
Not much need a vacation.
Yeah, I need one too.
You get to stay home every day. You're fine. Yes, check out our last episode. Also, check out the AI generated episode. See what happens to Sig and myself. Apparently, I'm still on the run. Sig is not running. I'll just say
shot.
that without spoiling anything. Okay, well, he's shot.
I'm shot.
So yeah, definitely a different episode. One that Sig did a very good job of putting together, and AI
That's
generated.
being generous. That's
But
generous. It's rough.
Check it out. It is a little unexpected and random, but
like
it's pretty good. You have to just kind of roughly pay attention to it because if you're trying to like listen to it and get deep into it, don't. Just take it for what it is because it is AI generated, but it was definitely fun to listen to. There's a story within a story. It's pretty cool. Check it out. And also check us out. We're back to playing Thursday nights. Myself and Sig. Well, Sig whenever he can, if his internet doesn't go down or
bro,
the
was
Amish
terrible.
people aren't riding on their horses to produce energy in his area. Lance and I are around to play as well. So yeah. If Sig makes it, Sig will be there. If not, it'll be Lance and I playing possibly again. But yeah, check us out. We're streaming on our platforms. I'm on Twitch. Sig is on every other horror-ish one you can be on because that's how he gets down. But yeah, check us out. We're back to playing. And till then, bye, bitch.